happy Friday morning, coming to you live from the 5 a.m. club, where we get up early and we conquer our morning to own our day. TGIF, the grind includes Friday, folks, especially when we're talking President's Challenge Week. We're talking, coming to the close, Ultimate Challenge. All these things come into play when we talk about Friday. And so, as has been the theme for this week, especially with President's Challenge, you got to look at where you're at. You got to know your stats, right? Every good salesperson, every good athlete, every good most anything knows their stats. And so the stats are, where are we at talk time wise, right? Where are we at on track for 30 hours? Especially if you're brand new, that's going to be the biggest indicator, is just how many opportunities, how many at-bats are you giving yourself. And so if, especially with, it being President's Challenge Week, you should really be at 25 hours by this morning, right? But let's say you're only at 20 hours, right? That means you've got 10 hours to get to your 30 hours. And so you've got to look at what you need to do today, Friday, what you need to do Saturday, what you need to do, potentially Sunday. I personally recommend putting it together to where you're like, okay, I'm going to do, let's say, 6 today, 4, Saturday, and do whatever it takes to get minimum 6 today. Shoot for 7 or 8, that'd be great. And then set yourself up for Saturday. And then that way, if you do fall short of that goal for any reason, now you've got Sunday to make up an hour or do whatever. So that's always my recommendation to folks. But even if you're at 15, whatever you're at, you cannot give up. Now on the flip side, you're at 30. Now it's just where we at AP-wise, and sometimes our goals shift. I talked to somebody yesterday who, originally was just trying to get to 5,000, because of the start dates, and had already gotten to 5,000. So the goal adjusted to 10,000, so maybe you're at 10,000, the goal's adjusted to 15, maybe you're at 15, goals adjusted to 20, maybe you're at 7,500, goals adjusted to 10. And so putting yourself in the right position to say, let me take advantage of this momentum of what I have. And then on the flip side of that is, if you're not where you want to be AP-wise, then it's just continuing to remember, Joker's always in the deck, right? I mean, we saw brand new agent do 14,000 in a day. So nobody is out of this yet. Even if you don't have the talk time, the 30 hours just guarantees you're not having to pay the buy-in. But go ahead and write 14,000 in a day, and now you've got your 10K for President's Challenge, right? If you didn't opt into President's Challenge, doesn't mean you don't just take your foot off the gas, right? The main contest is your paycheck next week, right? So we're trying to make sure going into the end of June here, end of 4th of July, and all this stuff, that our paychecks are where we want them to be. So are we putting ourselves in the best position to make sure that when we get our check next Thursday, it's going to be what we want it to be? So those are the things to remember on this Friday. Make it happen, right? Reminder for those that are what you should be doing, calling to verify banking, doing all this stuff. Banks are closed today. Stock market's closed today. So folks are going to be home. Folks are going to be answering. The amount of phone calls our clients are going to receive will probably be less today, which gives you the upper hand, which gives you the advantage. So don't look at today as, oh, I can slow down today. Look at today as, I'm going to give it 110%, because there's an opportunity here. So take advantage of that opportunity. Take advantage of Friday. Take advantage of Saturday Sales Club. Answer rates are higher today. Answer rates are higher Saturday. We're going to have fresh leads, live transfers. Everything's going to be going down. So let's make it happen. Let's aspire to be better today than we were yesterday. Let's do it every single day, folks. Be amazed at where you end up. It's a fantastic Friday. See you guys on the national call, 8 a.m. sharp. See you guys there. Don't miss it. I'm out. Woo!